Hey everyone, Ben here and welcome to Motivation to Invest. Self-driving cars or autonomous vehicles are going to be the next game-changing technology, and many companies are already working on solutions. We've got Tesla with their self-driving capabilities getting better and better as each day actually comes, and then we've also got Intel with their Mobileye software, we've got Google with Waymo, and many of the major legacy automakers are also getting into the autonomous vehicle space. But these legacy automakers, they haven't got the technology. So what are they doing? Well, they're actually buying technology from companies which actually produce Lidar technology. This stands for light detection and ranging. So these sensors basically allow a vehicle to actually map an area surrounding the vehicle in order to actually drive autonomously and safely, which is the key factor with these vehicles. So this really is a game-changing technology. So in this video, I'm going to be diving into my top 2 Lidar stocks, and also I'm going to reveal, as a little bit of a bonus for you guys, the Tesla connection, because Elon Musk has historically hated Lidar. He's been very anti-Lidar, as he stated it was just too expensive. But could he be changing his mind? I'm actually going to reveal some information to you later in this video, so be sure to stick around for that. And if you guys want more investing tips and exclusive stock market picks, which I'm personally investing into, then feel free to subscribe to this channel by hitting that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on. If you do find any value in this video at all, even just a little bit of value, feel free to give this video a big thumbs up. That helps out tremendously with the channel. With that being said, let's dive in. So kicking things off at stock number 1 on my list is Luminar Technologies, and this stock is on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange with the ticker symbol LAZR. And this was actually a SPAC. So back in 2020, I believe I did cover this stock back in 2020, but it was overvalued then. So Luminar Technologies, and it more than doubled during the SPAC merger. So this was in December 2020. But the company is backed by Peter Thiel. So Peter Thiel is the co-founder of PayPal along with Elon Musk. So real game-changing guy, very intelligent, and also he was the co-founder of Palantir, an interesting stock which I've covered previously on this channel also. So if we dive back into this share price here, we can see before the merger, stock was around $10 per share, and then it shot up by 310%, so crazily high valuation. And this, probably I recorded the video probably around here, and I basically said, you know what guys, this valuation's looking crazy. I'm personally not investing at the moment. And then there's been a major correction down, but this is not specific to this stock, to be fair. Many SPAC stocks have corrected at the moment. That can also mean there are some opportunities on the horizon. So the stock was down 60%, and then there's been a slight boost up now by around 48%, which is a major move really, but still for this stock, which has been up 400%, it's not as high as it could be. So, well, firstly, why is it rebounded currently? Well, Lidar startup soars as self-driving technology goes airborne. So previously I've done videos on the flying taxi revolution, which is actually fast becoming a reality. So we've got Airbus here working on the City Airbus, an autonomously piloted electric air taxi. We call these eVTOLs, electric vertical and takeoff and landing, that can whisk passengers over crowded city streets. So this is actually fast becoming a reality. I've done videos on many different stocks in this industry, Joby Aviation and many more, which partnered with Uber Elevate. So I'll leave a link for that video in the description below, because Airbus has actually partnered with Luminar to actually use some of their sensors for their eVTOL vehicles. So that could be a real game changer and another major growth avenue for the Lidar industry. So we've got autonomous vehicles and we've got these eVTOLs, these electric flying taxis, which are fast becoming a reality. Now, Luminar Technologies has also partnered with many other major auto companies. So Luminar Technologies is working with Volvo and Toyota Motors. So Toyota is currently, I believe, the world's largest automaker. So this could be a real game changer for Luminar. Of course, it's still early days for the company, but there's a lot of potential coming up in the future. Firstly, a little Tesla connection with Luminar. So Tesla and Intel industry executives to join Luminar. So some executives are actually being poached from Intel and Tesla to join Luminar. So for example, here we've got Alan Prescott. He's an automotive and autonomous industry legal expert, engineer and 20-year veteran, and he will be responsible for directing all legal operations as Luminar's chief legal officer. Now, legality is a major issue, especially when it comes to autonomous vehicles. Their product here, it's called the Iris, and as you can see, that's so inconspicuous. It's not like one of these giant LiDAR sensors. Partner with Daimler Trucks. Now, Daimler, I believe, is Mercedes, so partnership with Daimler Trucks there in Q4 of 2020. Mobileye partnership, so that is Intel's self-driving unit, I believe. And then they have over 97 patents, so that could be a competitive advantage with regards to technology. Now, bear in mind, there is a major risk with this company, and that is, apart from the valuation is extremely high, but this is an early stage company. This is basically like investing into a late stage venture capital round. Legacy automakers won't have an autonomous vehicle solution, so they can just buy this Sentinel system. A holistic system offering will include perception software, controls, planning software, Iris LiDAR, and many other various technology pieces. So companies could just buy that straight off the shelf. They're also planning to expand into China with SAIC Motor. So this is China's largest automaker, and they plan to deeply integrate LiDAR and software technology into its new production EV line. So this could be very interesting also for Luminar. Forward-looking order book of $1.3 billion. Now, I dived into a definition of this order book, and I assume this was signed, delivered, orders as I would call it. Forward-looking order book is defined as projected guys, cumulative sales estimates of Luminar's hardware and software products over the lifetime of one program. So basically this seems like it's contracts which they've signed, perhaps interested contracts, perhaps small unit contracts, but from these perhaps sample contracts, they're expecting obviously these major automakers to order a lot more of their product. So as you can see here, 2021 expected, the company's expected to bring in $25 to $30 million. And now that's in 2021. It brought in $40 million in 2020. But let's take a look at this valuation, guys. The cap for the company is $8.3 billion, and they're only bringing in $21 million, $23 million in 2021. Long story short, that's a price of sales, according to this software, 580. So you're paying 580 times the company's previous sales. Now, to me, that's pretty high, 580 times, and even in the increase in revenue, it's looking at 200-300 times sales. This is probably one of the most overvalued stocks I've ever covered in my life. But sometimes that could be for a good reason. Like, they've got some incredible partnerships, they've got incredible technology. So that's a question for you guys to obviously answer yourself, whether you're interested in this company. Personally, I consider the company incredible technology-wise. Great partnerships, still very speculative, so I would not make it a large position in my personal portfolio. I wouldn't have it making up more than 5% of my portfolio, maybe even 1 to 2% of my portfolio if I wish to invest into this company. But luckily for you guys, I've got stock 2 on my list, which is much better value, also in the LiDAR space. So the second stock on my list is Velodyne LiDAR Incorporated with the ticker symbol VLDR. So this stock, as you can see here, this has just a market cap of $2.7 billion, and there'll be a big surprise for you coming up later. So this was also a SPAC merger, so early stage company still. The stock went up by around 191% in 2020. There's been a big correction down now, down 47%. Revenue though, guys, is $101 million. So this company's actually got more revenue than Luminar Technologies currently. The company's also more established, founded in 1983. Now, this is a direct comparison here I've got of the two technologies. And basically, it seems that Velodyne is the better value play right now, the more established play. The company is currently trading at a price of sales of 28, which is still high, guys, don't get me wrong. But compared to Luminar Technologies, which is trading at 200 to 500 times sales, it's actually looking better value than Luminar Technologies. But what's the reason for this? Well, I did a bit of digging for you guys, and it turns out Velodyne has largely focused on high performance, high cost LiDAR sensors. The company's sensors, such as the 360 degree units that are placed on a vehicle roof, are typically used in prototype self-driving cars and other relatively lower volume applications, such as research and development. So these big, bulky LiDAR sensors, most likely they're going to be these Velodyne sensors. And of course, for full production, for mass market use. You don't want these dopey looking sensors on your car, and they also cost a hell of a lot more. So according to the company's S1 filing, its sensors cost an average of $14K per unit, and the company posted revenues of $100 million, down from $142 million due to lower average selling prices and larger mix of lower price sensors sold. Luminar, on the other hand, is focused on building sensors that can be used in mass market vehicles. So that's the real upside potential of Luminar technology, and that's what seems to be baked into the stock right now. So the company's sensors are expected to hit the sweet spot for automakers, costing just under $1,000 per unit. And you can see from that picture I showed you, they're very inconspicuous, they're very stylish sensors, while offering very strong performance relative to their price. So it seems Luminar does have the better technology, the more cost-effective mass market technology. However, Velodyne is working on new sensors which are cheap enough for the mass market. So they're not just sitting there with their big, bulky, expensive sensors. They're working on new sensors. They've unveiled a new sensor called the H800, which can see up to 200 meters and can apparently be mass produced for as little as $500. So they are trying to compete with Luminar, but at the moment, Luminar seems to have the better technology, higher valuation. Velodyne, more established player, more value play. And let's get back onto Tesla and Elon Musk. So I've been a critic of Lidar for some time now. According to a Clubhouse chat, so Clubhouse, the voice app, I've got invite giveaways for that actually in the VIP group if you guys want to check that out in the link below. But yeah, you get people like Elon Musk jumping into these rooms on the internet and talking about different things. So he was in a room recently and he was talking about Lidar. Someone asked him a question on it and he said, sometimes I'm just talking smack. And he laughed. He says, first of all, I'm not a hater of Lidar. He says we use it for SpaceX. But he says it seems too expensive for real-world application. However, a Tesla Model X has been spotted equipped with LiDAR sensors in the wild. So this could be very interesting here. And as you can see, that's a big LiDAR sensor, probably one from Velodyne, given the size of the actual sensor right there. So that's a big sensor on Tesla. Could Tesla actually be backtracking now and actually be thinking about actually adopting LiDAR in the future, especially if the price of LiDAR technology is coming down? For me, it makes sense for Tesla to actually use LiDAR technology. Many of the other automotive companies have been using it, and if the price is low enough, I can't see what's stopping Tesla from using it. Tesla has also got a patent, as I see here. Tesla's got a LiDAR sensor patent, and the idea of their patent, I believe, is to actually train their vehicles with LiDAR sensors. So this could be what's going on right here with this Tesla. It could be training other sensors in the vehicle using LiDAR sensors to effectively mimic what a LiDAR sensor can do without having to actually use a LiDAR sensor, because we know Elon Musk hates them. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys. Do you think autonomous vehicle revolution is coming? Do you think we will all have autonomous vehicles, self-driving cars at some point in the future? What do you think of LiDAR technology? Elon Musk, Tesla, what are your favorite stocks right now? Whatever's on your mind, guys, feel free to comment that in the description below. If you did find value in this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. That helps out tremendously the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to join the investing family by hitting that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on. And if you do want to access in real time exactly which stocks I'm personally buying, selling, and access my entire portfolio and join a thriving community of some of the finest people on the internet, then feel free to check out that first link in the description below for the VIP membership group. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an incredible day, and I'll see you in my next video. Invest safe.